Alright, what is up boys and girls, welcome back to another video. I am Crypto Maximalist. Please do drop a like and subscribe to the channel. Before we begin, I want to let you know that I've partnered this month with CoinX, absolutely incredible exchange we've been using for the past few weeks. We've collaborated with them for a special deal for our community, sign up and trade, no KYC required, and receive USDT airdrops in the next 2 weeks. Trade a small 100k position with leverage to get 50 USDT directly airdrops to you. This is very simple and low risk to do, and it's a great opportunity to get involved with the bull market. Make sure to get signed up below, along with all of our other great partnerships which are all offering some great rewards for our community for signing up as well, and trading including BTC, MEXC, XRocket and more. So just taking a quick look at VeChain today then on our daily time frame for another daily update on the channel. As we can see, things starting to look good again for another reverse back around to the upside. You can see here that we're looking like we're putting in those very clear higher highs and higher lows as a Bitcoin starts to move back bullish around in the market. So we've been looking, Bitcoin has been looking very bullish for a little while here. You can see we're actually at a new all-time high today for Bitcoin at 112k, which is pretty interesting to see. You can see basically big descending wedge, the break, and then since then we've just come all the way back up super bullish with no signs of stopping really, and at the very least here clearing out liquidity above this all-time high for Bitcoin, and probably going to be going higher in my opinion. As a result of this, we are starting to see all of our altcoins looking a little bit more bullish and reversing back around. Obviously because of Bitcoin's crazy chop, we did see some really big drops across the market for altcoins, and VeChain here was no exception to this at all. You can see while Bitcoin basically did something like this and has fully recovered, VeChain just kept trickling down, and now that it's recovering, it's much further down than Bitcoin is. Bitcoin was on its chart, as you can see. Really right now we're just looking like VeChain though has come down, swept liquidity below that major swing low, previous swing low here, and now looking like basically we're moving back up to the upside in a really interesting way, breaking through resistances as you can see, and overall just looking like we're flipping back around in terms of market structure to become more bullish, which is really interesting in my opinion. We've been heading down for such a long time here to the downside in a big way, ripping through all these support levels, but you can see we're starting to flip some of these previous resistances back into support for a move back to the upside, in line with the altcoin basket as well. You can see these are fairly highly correlated in terms of price action right now, and this altcoin basket looking really good, taking that previous support and looking like we could be back testing and continuing here. If that's the case, then obviously VeChain is going to be heading back up towards this local swing high, which is up at around 8 cents. Beyond that, if we can get beyond that, it really depends on if Bitcoin's going to allow the altcoin market to have a decent time of things. Bitcoin being at all-time highs is obviously bullish in the short term, but if we do see a big rejection, we're going to see a lot more chop for altcoins. Altcoins getting chopped up again is obviously very possible. But as of right now, VeChain looking good. We've obviously been making higher highs and higher lows here, breaking through that descending wedge, breaking through that channel resistance here, and now retesting that 0.23 Fibonacci, and probably looking to target that next high up here, which happens to be at 4.2 cents, that 0.38 Fibonacci. That was that previous support. That's probably going to be our next target up here if Bitcoin continues to allow the altcoin market to have a good time of things. I think we've got a good trajectory here now that we've come down, we've swept liquidity below this level here, and really looking like we're going to be moving back around, back to the upside in a nice way. I've actually got some really interesting fair value gaps as well. A bit more of an advanced concept, but you can see I've actually got some decent fair value gaps here. Liquidity swept below this previous level here. We've got this close above this fair value gap. We actually back tested it and then just continued after getting that sweep below as well. Inverted fair value gaps are a really interesting way to view the market. I've been researching recently. I've got a really nice one here as well. You can see this gap in the market. Once we came up, closed above this, we've got a little bit of a push. We came down, we back tested this area, and then we pushed up again. You can see if you just entered here, had your stop loss below the fair value gap, for example, and then just go for a one-to-one, this would have been a successful trade. There's plenty of these in the market that are always a potential for things going to the upside. It's a really interesting way to view the market, and it can potentially tell you about pivot points in the market. As you can see here, once we swept that liquidity below that level, I had a really good suspicion with the good rejections we got, we would be reversing back around and then you could have potentially traded this with those inverted fair value gaps to the upside as well. So overall, really interesting stuff. But in general, I think VeChain right now is in a position to be reversing back around. On the macro here, I think we've done our time to the downside for now. You can see we're technically still making higher highs and higher lows here. We did get that sweep below the previous macro low, but we never actually closed below it. And now I'd probably expect this to be heading back up towards 8 cents, if I'm being completely honest. Right now, VeChain really just looking like it hasn't really got going in this market, but you could say the same about pretty much every crypto in terms of all of the ones that aren't the big 5 or 6 cryptos really. You could say Avalanche, Cardano, Polkadot. I mean, look at Polkadot, man. This thing hasn't even got going in this market at all. It's still just going sideways in its bear market range. So there's plenty of cryptos out there which are basically looking like they are just really struggling to get going. VeChain has been kind of one of those, although it's been showing a bit more promise than some. Right now, we really just need to see Bitcoin heading up and then allowing the altcoin market to get this move back towards the local swing high that we need. Thanks a lot for joining me again for another video. Make sure to go down below and sign up for CoinX to get trading rewards and get involved with all of our other partnerships offering bonuses as well. Thanks for watching.